It is ready. Heck yeah. Got it.
Sick. Okay, time for this.
Time for that.
Hey everyone, this is Wyatt from Paper Fox, and today I'm going to show you how to make coffee from home. Specifically, we're using the beginner homebrew kit that Paper Fox offers. We curated a few pieces of equipment that'll make it really easy and affordable for people to make coffee at home. That includes the Clever Dripper, the Hario Mini Slim Plus hand grinder, and an OXO 6-pound scale. So without further ado, we are going to get into it. First, we'll want to calibrate the grinder. And to do that, you're going to spin a nut on the bottom here while holding this pin counterclockwise until the nut is flush with the screw. And when you have that, you're going to want to start spinning it clockwise about 20 to 30 times with a click. And 20 to 30 will give you a relatively coarse grind that'll be perfect for the Clever Dripper. And once you have your grinder calibrated, we can measure out the coffee we're going to use. For this recipe, we're going to use 20 grams of coffee for about 300 grams of water. That'll give us a 1:15 ratio, which is good for the Clever Dripper specifically, but also 1:15 to about 1:20 is the ratio you're going to want to do with drip coffee in general. So we have our 20 grams of coffee in the grinder, and we can kind of just go at it. All right, so you have your coffee ground. You can look at it to check to make sure it's the coarseness you want. In this case, we want it to be about the coarseness of kosher salt. Looks perfect. Then what we'll do, put the Clever on the scale. You want to get your filter, and for this to fit a little better, you can actually fold it on the lines. And what you'll do, almost every time you make drip coffee, rinse the filter. This will allow it to fit the Clever Dripper a little bit better, and it'll warm it up so as not to lose as much heat later. Then we're going to put the Clever Dripper on the scale, put in the coffee, tear it out, or 0 on this scale, and we're going to put in about 300 grams of water. This process will take about 60 seconds. And what's cool about the Clever Dripper is that right now we're using a gooseneck kettle, but for everyone at home that doesn't have a gooseneck kettle, you can just pour hot water in here however you can. The Clever Dripper is an immersion method, so the actual pouring isn't going to have as much of an effect as it would with other brewers. So now we're going to put the lid on, again, to save heat, and then you can start the timer. And we're going to want this to go for about 4 minutes total, but at about 2 minutes I'm going to take the lid off, give it a quick stir, and let it continue brewing. So we've hit our 2-minute mark. So I'm actually going to take the spoon and kind of break up this crust on the top of all the coffee beans, stir it up like you would if you were cooking pretty much anything else. So now it's been about 4 minutes. So all you have to do is put the Clever Dripper on top of your mug. It'll open the hatch, pour your hot coffee in there. All right. And then you're all set. Got a full cup of coffee, ready to sip and start your day. Or your Zoom calls, or whatever you've got going on.